on Perth Tonight.
Indeed it is. Welcome to it. 92211 882 is the telephone number. Time to have a chat to our techmeister, Ben Aylett from benaylett.com. By the way, 1L, 2 T's in Aylett. That's also where you'll find Ben's contact information. Mm-hmm. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Chris.
Can we start with the big one?
Yes.
The really, really big one.
Yep.
There is no such thing as a free beer.
Sadly, no. So this is something I've seen pop up recently, where there's been a campaign of sorts on Facebook, where there's been this promise of an anniversary beer. Now, I like a beer just like any other person, but I could tell, unfortunately, that right away this is a bit of a scam, and even more unfortunately, a lot of the people in my contacts list were sharing this and then just, they were following the instructions.
Can I just ask this? Part of this on here was Carlton Draft has announced that everyone who shares this link will be sent a 24-pack of beer for its anniversary. Right, I'm just going to leave that comment sitting there.
Right.
And say this, if I may.
Okay.
Our friends at Carlton United Breweries go out of their way to promote their product, and they wish to have their product dominate their competitors.
That's right.
That is their aim. Mm-hmm. That is what they do. They want to have the largest market share.
Yeah.
Now, let's just think about this for a moment. Let's imagine that 5 million people share the link.
Yeah.
Right, all they do is share the link. So I send you the link, you send me the link, etc., so on and so forth.
Exactly, yes.
Are they truly going to give 5 million people a 24-pack of beer simply because it's their anniversary? There is a little thing called promotions.
Yes.
And promotions are done with a view to a tangible result at the other end.
Uh-huh.
So you stop and say, how on earth would our friends at Carlton United Breweries get anything out of a promotion where simply because somebody on a social media site sent a link to somebody else, they were then entitled to a 24-pack of beer? Mm-hmm. So we now have 24 times 5 million using our example.
Yep.
And, of course, if this were true, I reckon more than 5 million would be sharing it.
Yes.
There'd be so many nom de plumes up there trying to get free beer, it'd be unbelievable.
Because Australia, yes.
Meantime, our friends at Carlton United would probably go broke.
Yes.
So the short answer is, much as you might like to get some Carlton Draft for free, a 24-pack, it'd be very nice. Mm-hmm. No. Reason being, it doesn't make commercial sense.
Yep. And but yeah, that's the interesting thing. I mean, that's true. Of course,
that's how I look at it. But I'm a nerd. I get that.
Yeah. But people who are hooked by this sort of bait aren't thinking about that side of the picture.
I'm going to get a free beer.
I'm going to get a free beer.
I'm going to get a free beer.
Yeah. So
no, you're not. Sorry.
Exactly. So what I decided to do was, because I've seen these scams over and over and over again, and I can pretty much say, yes, that's a scam, but I hadn't really gone down that path. So I decided it was time for me to...
Well, you pretended you'd taken the bait.
I actually went and took the bait. Mind you, I took the bait in a disposable virtual computer that I use thanks to the guys at bankvault.com. A fantastic service, by the way. Check it out. And a fake profile. So I've got a number of fake profiles that I use for just this thing. So I can quite happily take the bait and run with it, and we'll see what happens without impacting my real accounts.
Oh, that should be fun.
And it was good. So we took off, and I clicked the link, and it did things like asked if I was over 18. Mm. And by the way, once I clicked the link, it took me to a website, and the website had all the branding on point. It looked good, and it looked legitimate. So
where was the flaw?
The actual name of the website itself. So the address itself was nothing to do with Carlton Draft or Carlton United Breweries or beer or anything like that. It was just let's see, I think it was refreshing.win.
Oh, okay.
So, kind of linked to beer, because beer can be refreshing, and when you drink it, you feel like a winner, I guess. And so, we jumped into the questionnaire. So we had to answer a few marketing type questions.
Yeah, which were, did they sort of appear to be kind of almost sort of legitimate?
Yes, they did. So the quality was really good. So that what they were doing is they were asking questions like, would you recommend Carlton Draft to a friend? Have you drunk Carlton Draft in the last 6 months? Have you done this? So it looked like proper market research. So I finished all the questions, and then it showed a flash little page saying, you've done it, you've qualified. And so, me with my sort of wood duck hat on, saying, "Oh yeah, I'm in on this." I said, "You beauty, I'm one of the few chosen people who are going to be receiving a carton of beer."
Yeah.
Ripper. And to receive our carton of beer, we then had to share the link on Facebook.
Yep.
And then we had to click on another button to say receive beer so we could give them our shipping information.
Which, of course, contains your name, address, rank, serial number, PIN code.
Yep. But I had to complete the questionnaire before I could share the link on Facebook, which tells me I know how many people clicked on that link and actually went down that path, because the instructions were actually on that page. So that actually got into this scam quite a distance. So after that, I said, okay, beauty, well, I'm going to give them my shipping details, not really my shipping details. And I clicked on the link and it took me to yet another website. And this website was promising me a ticket to a dream destination worth $1,000. So not only was I going to be getting a carton of beer from Carlton United Breweries, I was going to be getting a $1,000 travel ticket to wherever I want to go. So instantly I've got a carton of beer under one arm and I'm now stepping off the plane in Denpasar. Denpasar, that's right. So the first question they ask is fill in your postal code. So my postcode. Well, that's easy enough.
Yep.
60 whatever.
I'll tell you what, I'd have filled mine out as 6010.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll tell you where we're going. So we keep going with addresses and all that. Yeah.
Okay. So they ask you for the postcode, and normally people with their security hat on would be going, it's just a postcode that I share with a couple of thousand other people.
Yep.
What's the harm in that?
Yep. That's why I would have said 6010.
Which is.
No. We'll get there.
We'll get there. All right.
When you start asking for addresses, you'll see where I'm going with this.
All righty. Okay, so then you click on the OK button to submit your postcode, and then it starts coming up for things like your first name, your last name, your email address, your mobile number, and your date of birth. So this sort of information is starting to, this information is not starting to, this is actually pretty sensitive information.
All right, let's give them a date of birth. 01/04/1970.
Yep. That's if you're security conscious.
All right. So
okay. All right.
Do they ask for an address?
Yes, they do.
A street address?
A street address.
That's where you get them. So you know how I said postcode 6010? You know what comes next?
Right.
Yeah. Railway Road, Karrakatta.
Of course. Of course, yes. All right, so... I still had my my wood duck hat on, and I was thinking, you beauty, this is it. I'm getting my my prizes. I've already got my Bintang singlet on, and I'm swimming up to the bar in the pool. So
too bad the pool has a shark in it, but anyway.
Yep. All right. So after that, you got a survey. After survey.
What's the survey?
After survey, it's just hundreds of survey questions. So this actually went on for a good 30 to 40 minutes.
Why would they give you so many survey questions? Because a lot of people, you would think that half the battle of scamming people is going to be keeping their attention. If you have a long, drawn-out survey, you're going to lose their attention, even if there is a free beer at the end of it.
Yeah, well, look, I've already got the free beer because I shared the thing on Facebook, and then I clicked on the link and I gave them my address details. So there you go, free beer's done. I'm now chasing the $1,000 in travel vouchers.
Of course.
But the thing is that there's obviously no beer, there's obviously no travel vouchers, and this is now just a way for them to sell to advertisers like Foxtel and all the legitimate names. So they're selling them like ad impressions or survey impressions. So this is like another sting to the operation. So not only do they have our details, they've potentially compromised our systems with malware or ransomware, which could trigger at any time.
Yes.
They've also got us to share it, so we're now spreading the scam. And it was actually quite well put together. I was very impressed with the level of quality in all the artwork and the layout. So
but it was still a scam.
And it was still a scam. So it is tricky when you're not paying attention to be caught out. So it's really just a matter of, hey, people, stay safe out there. Don't believe everything you read.
Look,
Actually, don't believe anything.
Can we settle on the argument there is no such thing as a free lunch? There is also no such thing as a free beer.
Absolutely, unfortunately.
And if something is given free, then you become the commodity.
That's right.
Whether you become the commodity to be scammed or whether you become the commodity to be marketed and your information to be sold to other people for the same purpose, that remains to be seen.
Yeah, that's right. So, look, anyone wanting to have a look at the write-up, they can find that at my website, benaylett.com. And also in there's a link to sign up to my free cybersecurity newsletter. So
do that.
Yeah.
benaylett.com. And by the way, if you're ever looking at any of these competitions online and you want to see if they're legit, don't follow any links. Go to the company's website. Like, for example, I brought up the Carlton Draft website, which, by the way, is carltondraft.com.au. And there is no mention of this competition, despite the fact that they have a Facebook account and they have a Twitter account, they have a YouTube account. No mention of this competition. I can absolutely guarantee you, if they were running a competition of this magnitude, it would be on the website.
Exactly, yes.
So keep that in mind. By the way, if you've got any technical issues, if your technology is giving you some sort of grief, or you're scratching your head looking at something and go, what's this? How does it work? What do we do? Or if something's just playing up on you, now's a good time to give Ben a call. 922 11 882, the number.
The Craigie Tavern is the place to go for a great weeknight dinner. Monday and Tuesdays, grab a Carlton Draft pint for $6. Wednesday nights, enjoy schnitzel and chips for only $10. Fridays, gets a palmy and pint for only $20. Only at the Craigie Tavern, Eddystone Avenue.
Hundreds of thousands of Aussies aged over 50 have used the 50 Up Club to shop around for cheaper energy bills. Why? Because the club negotiates special deals that are not available to the general public. Join for free at 50upclub.com and get a 35% discount off Origin's natural gas usage charges on Origin Flexi usage in WA for 12 months. It's a 35% discount off Origin's basic charges only, with no exit fees or lock-in contracts. Energy fact sheets are available upon request by calling 132461. Or just go to 50upclub.com. It's for a limited time only. Don't miss out. Visit 50upclub.com today.
Experience the grandeur of Perth's original classic Art Deco movie theatre, Grand Cinema's Signet. Enjoy an array of fine wines, craft beers and delicious cheese platters while you watch the latest blockbuster movies with comfortable seating and state-of-the-art audio-visual for the ultimate cinema experience. Swan into Grand Cinema's Signet. Entertaining Perth for the best part of a century. grandcinemas.com.au.
Are you ready for the next stage of your life? Ready to make it a reality? To get into it? At Now Living, we're ready whenever you are. Whether you're looking for a quality build, a move-in ready house and land package, or your perfect apartment, we're ready to help. Choose a stunning home design to suit your needs, backed by a lifetime structural guarantee. Prices start from $269K with $1K deposit. Ready to start living now? Visit nowliving.com.au. T's and C's apply. BC 6415.
99 Bikes, 99-hour sale. Black Friday deals start November 28. Selected accessories up to half price. Up to 30% off selected bikes. Up to 40% off shoes and more. 99 hours only. 99bikes.com.au.
Hi, Judy. You look well.
Must be the aqua aerobics.
Sounds like you've given your health a bit of a shake-up. What's made the difference?
It started with this Isaway Diabetic. A shake a day helps me boost my energy through the metabolisation of nutrients. If you're on the diabetes spectrum, Isaway Diabetic's nutritional support helps you maintain your health to feel your best.
Go to isaway.com.au/diabetic to find out more or talk to your pharmacist or medical professional today. Isaway Diabetic. One good choice leads to another.
Until midnight on 6PR, this is Perth Tonight with Chris Ilsley.
We're joined by Ben Aylett from benaylett.com. 1L, 2 T's in Aylett, if you'd like to have a chat to Ben. Our telephone number, 922 11 882. Hello, Sally.
G'day, Chris. Look, I might be on the wrong thing. I know technology, but I'm talking about phone calls and
Spam phone calls?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you're calling the right show. This is good.
Okay, well, I did speak to Chris maybe a couple of nights ago.
Mm-hmm.
and I just want to carry on. It's not a phone problem. I guess it's a Telstra problem, but I just wanted to carry on with the conversation that I had with Chris about 2 nights ago.
Well, it wouldn't have been 2 nights ago because that Sunday night would have been with Harvey.
Well, I'm sorry, whenever it was.
No worries.
Okay?
Go for it, Sally.
Good on you. Now, look, the situation is that I've had, I've gone out, come home, and I check my answering machine or my message bank, and I've had this phone number. I'll go over this as quickly as I can. So I've dialed it, and this gentleman, elderly, obviously, he's in Esperance. He said, who are you? And I said, well, I don't know. Who are you? I've got your number on my message bank. Oh, I don't know anything about message banks. And I said, well, okay, anyone else in your house? No, I'm the only one that lives here. Now, that went on for 2 days. Now, I got another call today, and I have contacted Telstra about it. I got another call, hit the number, and it's the same man, and he said, and he got quite abusive to me, and I'm not being rude about him.
No.
Because he's elderly, he doesn't know. Anyway, I phoned Telstra again, and they say, well, they can't do anything about it, and I gave them the number, and they said, well, we can't, phone this number, which is, I don't know, it's a 4-digit number, and they might be able to tell you, if you give them the number, who this man is in Esperance. I know that. And, I'm concerned about him.
Yeah. Okay. Look, what this sounds like is a classic tactic used by scammers.
Spoofing.
It's called spoofing. That's right. So spoofing is the act of making something look like it's coming from where it isn't.
Put simply, Sally, it's like I call Ben from my phone and use your and send your phone number to him. So he thinks your phone number has been calling him.
Hold on, a bit slowly. You phone Ben,
Yeah. But I send, you know how it appears on your phone what number's called?
Yeah.
Spoofing is where I send another number other than the one that called. So I call Ben on my phone, but I send him your phone number. He sees your phone number, jumps on the phone, rings up and says, you called my number. And you say, no, I didn't. He said, yes, I did. It appeared on my phone, just like you did with this fella in Esperance. So what I suspect has happened is somebody's hijacked his phone number and they're using his phone number.
I understand that, yeah.
Okay.
I understand that completely.
Yep.
But I tried to explain to him, and he said, well, he's elderly, he lives alone, and he says, well, tell Telstra to write me a letter.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just trying to help him, and I can't.
Yeah. Look,
I blocked his number.
Okay.
That's from my point of view.
Yep.
But, I mean...
It might be a one-off. I don't think he'd be getting like hundreds of people calling him saying, hey, why did you call us?
Yeah.
So I think this is a one-off. So I think you're pretty safe in just letting this one go through to the keeper, so to speak. So if anyone calls and doesn't leave a message on your voicemail, it's probably not important and they'll try again later.
It's not me.
Yeah.
I'm concerned about this man. He hasn't got a clue.
Yeah.
I don't even know who he is.
Yeah. And I think you might want to keep it that way.
Yes, sometimes,
He's probably
Sally,
in
there were
Esperance for a reason. I mean,
circumstances.
it's a lovely place, but it's also far away from us city folk
Yeah.
as well.
Sometimes, Sally, there was good reason to stay removed from a situation simply because in reality, there's nothing you can do for this poor unfortunate gentleman.
I know.
And I can also hear that he's dragging you into this vortex and there's nothing you can do about it.
You should... Okay, maybe... Yeah.
I think let this one go, Sally.
Yep. Thank you for that, Sally. That definitely let it go. You have to sometimes.
You do.
Otherwise, you just get sucked into somebody else's vortex over which you have no control, and you then become a part of the issue.
Yeah.
An issue in which you have no desire to be involved.
Exactly, yeah. But look, I mean, hats off to Sally for trying to do the right thing.
Oh,
I mean,
Sally's absolutely tried to do the right thing.
Yeah.
Mate, somewhere along the line, I know that ACMA are having a hearing into this. They're looking into this. But at some point, we're going to need regulations that are going to require ISPs and telcos and what have you to do something about all of this.
Yep.
I mean, only now are we starting to see people wake up and realise that a whole raft of things that were previously impossible can now be done quite possibly and quite feasibly. Spoofing is a classic example. Now, I really believe that big tech has to do something about that because it is a major problem.
It is.
That's the first part. People just being able to obtain VoIP numbers, which they then divert overseas and operate very cheaply as scam portals. Once again, big tech and ISPs have to do something about that.
Absolutely.
And they can do something about it. The reason they haven't done something about it is because nobody's told them to do something about it, and it's cheaper to do nothing. And after all, the problems they're creating essentially are not their problems. What we have to do is make them big tech's problem, and then big tech will fix the problem because they have the expertise to do it.
Yep. It's not an unreasonable request.
That's what we need to do.
Exactly.
All right. On a brighter note, we're just having a look at how much streaming is going on. I do believe that today's the day.
It is Disney Plus Day today, and I signed up pretty much as soon as it was live. There was a bit of a hitch in getting signed up. I would suggest that would be because there were so many people trying to sign on. But it is a very, very good service. The quality of the stream is very good. So I've managed to stream it on my mobile and also on a commercial link. So that's 100 megabits per second. So like a high-speed NBN. The picture is great.
You mean there's such a thing?
There is. It does actually happen. It works now and then. It looks fantastic.
I believe in miracles.
Yeah.
Hallelujah. I'm going to church on Sunday.
That's right. But
there's high-speed internet on the NBN.
Yeah.
Who would have thought? Anyway, carry on.
But it's really cool. It's $9 a month for 4 devices, all streaming at 4K resolution. So it is all that good Disney Plus content, including Marvel and all the other stuff, at a really good price, at really good quality. So Disney Plus, they are the ones to watch, quite literally.
Is it going to offer in the Australian version the same amount of content as offered on its US equivalent?
On the looking, with all the looking I did today, it is offering pretty much everything that's Disney. I don't think Disney is being held up by any distribution agreements or regional licensing that's going to prevent them from showing their own catalogue of properties. So there's nothing stopping them that I can imagine from showing everything to all parts of the world. So I think they're pretty safe in that, and that's really good. Now, there is also a little cybersecurity story about this one. Because Disney Plus opened up for business, last week in the US. And I received reports this morning that there are Disney Plus accounts out there on the black market being sold for $3 or $4 each. So it hasn't taken long for people's accounts to be compromised. Now, who's to blame for this? What do you think's happened? How did this happen?
Who's to blame for it? You're not going to agree with my position. I believe that the supplier is to blame for it.
Okay.
Would you like me to qualify that statement?
Yeah, go for it if you like, yeah.
The reason why I believe the supplier is to blame for it is because too often they don't demand and require that people have sound security. And I think that that's what we need. We need to say, well, okay, you've got to have sound security for this. No, that's not acceptable as a password. No, that's not long enough. Something people scream about in this building. Without fail, every 60 days, you must change your password. And if you don't, the system will lock you out. Right? It warns you. It comes up with a little dialogue box and says you have X number of days. It starts warning you about 2 weeks out and says you need to consider changing your password. Then within a week, it says you must change your password within 7 days. And if you do get locked out, you have to go through a whole authentication
that's a lot of pain.
Process. I mean, it's a real process. There's been a couple of people who got caught out here just before they started their shifts, and it was never a good look. But to me, that makes sense. Is it a pain? Yes. Does it drive you insane? Yes.
Right.
But I really believe management of security is the responsibility of the supplier, simply because I think we have to accept that the average end user is not going to be security conscious.
Yeah. Now, that's all well and good. Now, with the changing of passwords every month or every 3 months, that probably won't go down too well at all with your domestic users, especially if you're trying to type things in on your PlayStation or your Xbox or your TV where you don't have access to a keyboard. Yeah, and they've also recognised, this is the National Institute of Standards and Technology, so NIST, have released early this year a report saying that forcing people to change their passwords every 12 months, much less any 3 or 6 months, is actually counterproductive. It doesn't really offer that sort of solution compared to the sort of pain it produces. But
the system could be geared up to ensure that people use passwords that are difficult to crack.
Yep.
And also, if anybody wants to change anything, two-factor authentication.
Yep. Now, if I had a password that was difficult to crack, that's great. But if I used that same password in other services and those other services get leaked,
then bang, information is out there.
And that's what's happened. So people who have signed up for Disney
already?
Plus, yep. So people who have signed up for Disney Plus have gone and put in their email address as their username, and then they've popped in their old password that they use for everything because it's easy to remember. And this is a username and a password that they've been using for years. And years ago...
But how come it's been compromised so quickly?
Well, bad guys just simply say, okay, new service on. We've got a whole bunch of usernames and passwords from other breaches from years ago.
Yep.
Let's go try them against Disney Plus. Money for jam. Money for jam. So they get hundreds of accounts and then turn them over for a couple of bucks each.
Unbelievable.
Random acts of kindness. Thanks to WA Asset, the bathroom renovators.
And that's where the random act of kindness comes in, because
true to his word, he changed the tyres. Lovely neighbour that I hardly knew sat me down, made me a coffee. They were really wonderful.
Mark and another guy called Dan, who said they'd found it.
And I said, right, what do I owe you? He said nothing.
And I thought it was just so beautiful, and that brought a tear to my eye.
Have you got a story about a random act of kindness? Tell me about it, and you could win $1,000 to donate to the registered charity of your choice.
Random acts of kindness on mornings with Gareth Parker. Weekdays from 8:30 on 882 6PR.
The clock is ticking and Hyundai's irresistible 7-year warranty offer ends soon. Right now, get Hyundai's ever-popular i30 Go, featuring an 8-inch touchscreen and rear-view camera from just $20,990 drive away, with a massive $1,000 Christmas bonus across the i30 range. Plus, it's all backed up by our 7-year warranty. These irresistible offers end soon, so if you can't wait, don't wait. Hurry into your local Hyundai dealer today. Offer ends November 30th. Terms, conditions and exclusions apply to Hyundai's 7-year warranty and Christmas bonus.
It's finally here. Ascot Racecourse is set to come alive with serious horseplay at the 2019 Tab Touch Masters. Join us Saturday for the $1 million Kirin Railway Stakes, a racy celebration of fashion, food and fun. Win a brand new 370Z sports car by purchasing a $50 Masters Pass to the 3 days. Visit perthracing.com.au. Kirin Railway Stakes Day. Saturday at Ascot. Serious horsepower with serious horseplay.
Hello, thanks for calling. Can I please put you on hold? Thank you. Line 2. Hello, thanks for calling. Can I please put you on hold? Thank you. Another one. Line 3.
How many customers is too many customers? Only one way to find out. Talk to PWD about a proven measurable marketing campaign. They've helped a local cabinet maker increase their annual sales by over $1 million. To grow your business, book a free strategy session with PWD at pwd.com.au. That's pwd.com.au.
This is the 6PR Community Bulletin Board, proudly brought to you by Hyundai. All day, every day, WA.
The Cottesloe Primary P&C Twilight Fair is on Saturday the 23rd of November, complete with food trucks, Ferris wheel, bouncy castle and fireworks. Details at cottesloeTwilightFair.com. The Limelight Theatre in Wanneroo is running the smash hit Broadway musical Rock of Ages, commencing November the 21st. Tickets at limelighttheatre.com. The Beach for a Tough Love seminar is designed to equip families with ways in which they can successfully handle a person experiencing addiction and life-controlling issues. It'll be held on the 23rd of November at the Blue Gum Community Centre. Info at amanda@lyndonjames.com.au.
Do you have something happening in your your community? Promote it on the 6PR Community Bulletin Board. Email details to community@6pr.com.au. Proudly brought to you by Hyundai. All day, every day, WA. 6PR, part of your community.
This is Perth Tonight with Chris Ilsley on 882 6PR.
If you'd like to have a chat to Ben Aylett, if you've got some technological issues, whatever your technology, computers, laptops, tablets, TVs, connections.
Yeah, automatic teller machines, I fix those too.
Yeah, do those too, although they're very passé. We're very 1990s, Ben.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've used an ATM, actually.
Yeah, been a while since a lot of people have used them, I think. Ben's a man to have a chat to. Last drinks, by the way, 92211 882, and his website, benaylett.com. 1 L, 2 T's in Aylett. Having a conversation off air about the S word, security.
Yep.
That is the bane of many people's lives. Most don't understand a lot of technology, nor do they care to know. And look, to be fair, in many cases, unless you have a direct interest, it is simply a tool of your everyday life.
Yep.
And I think the problem we have is so many people, especially the numpties who are responsible for regulating it, they don't understand it.
No.
And those who do don't want to take responsibility for it.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those hot potato things. So if you can understand it and then you tell people this is how it's done, it's actually sometimes quite hard to explain. And if you get it wrong, I mean, the consequences are pretty severe.
Yep. I think the telcos, they can sort that one out.
Hope so.
Yep. Well, I think the time has come where we compel them to do so.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to do so voluntarily. Nobody's going to do anything unless they have to.
Yep.
Personally, I believe we have to accept the general public don't know, don't care about it because they see it as a tool.
Yep.
Often use the analogy of it is to the average person, technology, what a spanner is to a mechanic. Mechanic doesn't care about what goes into the spanner, what temperature it had to be heated to create. They just care that they get the right size spanner and it undoes the nut.
Exactly, yes.
People have the same approach to technology. I go to use a computer and it just does what I need it to do. G'day, Luke.
Hey guys, how you going?
Good, mate.
Well, mate.
Yeah, I don't really know if this is a technological question as such, but so I have a Spotify account and I pay for it through my PayPal account, which obviously is linked to my credit card.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden this month on my bank statement appears an international transaction fee in regards to my Spotify direct debit.
Luke, before you go any further, why are you paying, if you've got a credit card, why are you paying it through a PayPal account?
Because with PayPal, if you dispute a transaction, they pretty much will give it straight back to you and they'll follow it up. So all my internet purchases are
The
paid
reason why
through
I'm asking that question is I suspect that's the reason why you're getting that foreign transaction charge.
Yeah, but it's never happened before, and then so this is the first time. So I contacted PayPal, they said it wasn't them. Contacted Spotify, they said it wasn't them. So I thought I'll give my bank a call, and they said, well, we only charge you what we get told to charge. But I haven't changed anything in the meantime, sign up to anything else, anything like that. So I contacted Spotify and PayPal again. They both think it's not them. So it's not a great deal of money. It's like 36 cents. But
doesn't matter. Tell the bank to reverse the charge. Tell the bank
they won't do it.
Why
they
not?
won't do it. It's Commonwealth Bank.
Why won't they do it?
They just won't. They just said
you're saying you dispute the charge, right?
I have.
If you dispute the charge and they reverse it, and okay, I know it's only 36 cents, but there's a point here. If you dispute the charge and the bank reverses it, the effect of that is it will reveal who levied the charge. Now, I'm not suggesting to you that either PayPal or Spotify have levied that charge. If they've said they haven't, let's just, for this discussion, Luke, accept that as being true. But somebody has, and the person who has been able to successfully charge it to your credit card, which means they've had your credit card details. If the bank reverses that charge, what you do is you sniff out who levied the charge, because one would imagine the person who levied the charge, they're either going to walk away and go, too bad, so sad, or somebody's levied a very small charge against your credit card with a view to slamming it with something bigger down the track.
Well, that's exactly right. But on my bank account, on my bank statement, it's actually come up as, PayPal has paid Spotify this amount, but in Great Britain pounds this time. So that's why I got charged. So it's the exact same description.
They haven't charged
It just
it.
happens to be in Great British pounds. Yeah.
Well, no, they can charge in Australian. I know because I do that with my Spotify account.
Yes, well, it's always been in Australian dollars, and this is like from last month.
Well, what I do is get back to PayPal.
Yeah.
And get back to us next week, Lou. But get back to PayPal. Ask them, why did you do this in UK pounds when the whole thing is done in Australian dollars? Get back to them.
Yeah, I'd be asking Spotify as well.
And say, what's going on here?
Yeah.
I think we're running out of time now, but I think we need to answer that question, Luke. Get back to us and see how that goes. In the meantime, if the bank won't reverse the charge, go to AFCA, the Australian Financial Complaints Authority.
Yep.
And make a complaint against the bank for not taking action. I know it's only 36 cents, but what you want to do is sniff out the source of the charge and where it comes from.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, one of the problems you have, scammers will often levy little charges like that and then suddenly, whampo.
Yep.
They hit you with a big one.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Let us know. Ben, we're out of time as always.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you very much.
No problem. Catch you next week.
benaylett.com is the website.
WA's premium and award-winning apartment developer, Edge Visionary Living,